Hey guys, World Review here, back at it with another Clash Royale video, and today I am starting a new series. It is going to be ranking on all of the troops, all of the types of troops, girls, boys, etc. And for this special episode, I'm going to be ranking all of the epics in Clash Royale. It's not going to be anything complicated, I'm not necessarily going to be showing gameplay, it's just going to be my opinion, a quick I'm just going to show you my favorite epics. I might do a few battles after, and anyway guys, I hope you enjoy. And I'm going to start with 16 and go to number 1. Here we go, guys. Number 16, my least favorite epic, is the Giant Skeleton. Let's see if we can find him on here. But honestly, guys, yes, he is good for defense, but I can't find him. I can't use him in general. He's good for defense, but he's not very good for offense. He's so easily distracted. He's countered very easily. Maybe if they target towers, that would be a lot better, but that would make him way too overpowered. So honestly, I don't know what Supercell is going to do with him, but in my opinion, he's not very good. And number 15 on the list is the Rage spell. Now, yes, this is better at the low levels, and I understand that, but guys, it shouldn't even be called Rage. It should be called Haste. It increases their speed by 40%. It doesn't even increase damage. What's the point of it being called Rage spell if it doesn't increase damage? Which is very odd. And yes, it can be good with getting troops to the towers, and it is cheap, but there's no damage with it. I just think it's completely useless. I don't need it. Anyway, number 14 is going to be the Expo. And yes, you may be complicated. That might be complicated for you guys because before this new update, the Expo was probably the best troop in the game, but they nerfed it so hard. You can't place it behind the Tesla anymore right by the line. There's no point of it being there. Otherwise, it's going to be out of range of the tower, and it's going to be so easily countered. So honestly, I just don't think it's worth it. And let's jump into number 13. Number 13, guys, is the Poison spell. And yes, I know, that was what I got in the super magical chest. And let me remind you guys, none of these are bad. Some of them are bad, but the Poison's not bad, guys. It's pretty effective if you're sending in tanky troops and you Poison spell their tower so they can't place down anything, but it just doesn't deal enough damage, and it's too much elixir. If they wanted to make it better, they should make it deal more damage and make it 3 elixir. Then that would be very commonly used, and it would be a lot better. Let's hop into number 12, guys. Number 12 is the Mirror. And yes, you guys may be a bit frustrated because that's really low on the list. And yeah, it's somewhat low. I'm not saying it's bad. Like, I even use it. But I'm saying mine is level 1. If you have a level 1 mirror, it's not very effective. If you mirror, let's look at the stats. If you mirror an epic level 1, it is only level 1. If you mirror a common, let's say you have level 9, but you have a level 1 mirror, your commons are going to be level 5. That's pretty useless, guys. You might as well just play another card. Plus, it adds 1 elixir. But if your mirror, on the other hand, is a higher level, then you should definitely try using it. It is also good for putting 2 troops on one side. Now, let me remind you guys, these aren't all bad. That's why I'm saying when you think it's low on the list, it's not near one of the worst troops in the game, which is coming out later tonight. And anyway, number 11, guys, is the Baby Dragon. Yeah, you're probably thinking that's a little low too, but there's so many good epics. I had to place him here. Guys, he used to be probably like the 3rd best troop in the game. He is good all around at taking out barbarians, and another alternative is the Bomber, and he's 3 elixir. I mean, the dragon's tankier, etc., but he just doesn't deal enough damage since the new update, and he's very easily countered by Teslas, etc. Let's hop into number 10, guys. We're getting farther into the list, and this is where they're going to start getting really good. Number 10 is the Lightning spell. Yes, this Lightning spell is really good if somebody places something big right behind their tower, or 2 things big right behind their tower. You can zap those 3 things, kill them, and deal damage to the tower. Just make sure you don't hit the crown tower, because then you're in trouble. Lightning is very effective, and you should definitely try using it through Clash Royale. Anyway, guys, let's hop into number 9. Yes, number 9 is the Golem. Of course, the Golem used to be really good also, but you know what Clash Royale does? They nerf their troops. It still isn't bad, of course. It's still really good with placing wizards beside it. But honestly, guys, I think it should be 7 elixir, and it's very easily countered by Teslas, etc. They can just take them out, and minion hordes. If you have arrows, on the other hand, and you follow it up by a wizard, it can be very effective. It acts almost like a P.E.K.K.A. Now, but when it explodes, that is very effective, guys. Make sure you use it like that. Anyway, number 8, guys, the Balloon. It has been nerfed, well, not nerfed, it's been increased a lot in the new update. It used to be one of the worst troops in the game until this new update, and I was using it before this deck that I'm using now. Well, actually, I used the P.E.K.K.A deck before that, but I used it before that. And all the top players use this deck. It's definitely worth trying, guys. And all around, the balloon is a pretty good card if they don't have the counter to it. And the downside to it, of course, it can be countered very easily, but if you can use it wisely, then it's going to be a very effective card. Now, we are number 6, guys. Probably the most commonly used card at the lower levels, and one of the most effective for sure. The Witch, guys. This was my first epic, and I loved it, guys. I used it until Royal Arena. I still use it these days, and it is just a good card all around. Yes, it was more overpowered until the new updates, but it's still good, guys. It's good for taking out barbarians, it's good for taking out skeletons, good for taking out skeleton armies, and it's just a good troop all around. Now, let's get into number 5, guys. Yes, you may think I'm putting this way higher than the Golem, and even though it acts as the same thing, but in my opinion, it's not. Many will say it is, but it's not. If it gets to the tower, guys, it will absolutely obliterate it. And before this army that I'm using now, I just placed down the P.E.K.K.A, followed it up by a wizard, and their tower would pretty much be done. It got me so many trophies, and you should definitely check it out. And now we are at number 4, guys, and lots of people would say this is their number 1 card. It's not for me, but it's still a phenomenal card, guys. Probably the card that I have used the most out of all of Clash Royale, and that is the Free Spell. You can use it with Hog Rider, you can use it with P.E.K.K.A, you can use it with Princes, you can use it with anything that deals a ton of damage or is just a good troop all around, guys. Free Spell is magnificent. There's no downside to it unless you have bad placement, but if you guys can place it in the right spot, it is hands down number 4. Now, let's hop into number 3, guys. Number 3 is the Skeleton Army, guys. If anybody has Prince, you can counter it so easily. It counters barbarians, it's a good distraction, it's cheap. Skeleton Army is good all around. Number 2, guys, here we go. The Dark Prince. The Dark Prince, guys, is a perfect combo with the Prince. If you send it in with the Prince, they counter it with, the one thing that would counter the Prince is obviously going to be groups of troops. But if you follow it up by the Dark Prince, that's a different story. The Dark Prince will take those splash damage troops out of the way, and the Prince will be able to get a clear shot to the tower and take it out. In fact, that's the army that I'm using right now. As you can see on the top list, I have Skeleton Army, Free Spell, Prince, and Dark Prince. Now, here number 1 is, guys. Many of you are going to disagree, and many of you are going to agree. Remember, this is my opinion, and hands down, it's the Prince. I actually just recently got it, guys, and it is blowing my mind. If it makes its way to the tower, if it charges into the tower with double speed, and they even nerfed it in the new update. I wonder if I had it back then, how overpowered it would be, guys. But definitely, if you see the Prince in shop, you might think, I was trying to avoid it, honestly, but I've gotten it, and it is so overpowered, guys. If you get lucky enough to have it in your shop, purchase it right away. Click that button. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Later tonight, I'm going to be coming out with so many more rankings. I'm going to be coming out with common rankings, rare rankings. I'm going to even rank all the troops. Anyway, make sure you give me support with this new series. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you share with your friends, and subscribe. Peace, guys, and thanks for watching.